put me back together again, fearfully and wonderfully made. And with the fruit of my lips,
would you like to hear your company or church announcements or church broadcast on the airwaves of WEHA? You can call our business office at 609-641-8870 for further details.
Hawks Janitorial Contractors Corp. was established in 1987 by husband and wife team William and Elaine Hawks. Our motto is a great job at a fair price. The Hawks team is still
Gospel 88.7 WEHA. It's more than music. It's ministry.
Port Republic, Atlantic City, and now on FM translator 100.3 W26 2CF, Atlantic City, Pleasantville.
Hi, I'm Reverend Al Sharpton, and you're listening to 88.7 FM, WEHA, South Jersey, and Atlantic City's #1 gospel radio station, where we're spreading the gospel one song at a time.
Do you have an event coming up and need a facility? Well, let me tell you about Atlantic County's newest banquet facility, Beacon Hall, located in the heart of Egg Harbor City, right off the White Horse Pike. Beacon Hall is a full-service banquet facility that is 5,000 square feet with an attached parking lot. Book your conferences, book signings, birthday parties, bridal showers, baby showers, weddings, repasts. No event is too big or too small. You can book your next event by calling us at 609-965-4255 or email us at bookbeaconhall@gmail.com. That's BOOKBEACONHALL @gmail.com. Try Beacon Hall, where we turn moments into cherished memories.
Hawks, a name that has been trusted for almost 30 years in the janitorial services industry, is proud to present Hawks Professional Moving Services, fully insured, local and long distance, packing services, commercial and residential, no job too small or too large, friendly and reliable services. For more information or a free estimate, 609-484-0452. Hawks Professional Moving Services, where we treat your belongings like our own.
Teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department.
What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Fred Hammond. You're listening to Gospel 88.7 WEHA, spreading the gospel one song at a time.
where he leads me, I will follow. I'll go with him
All right. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him, heaven and earth adore him. We do serve a good God. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. You're listening into Elder Lanya right here on 100.3 FM and 88.7 FM. Listen in right now to Lisa Page Brooks, I'll Follow You. And we have a guest today. Since we're starting our educational year, none other than Mr. Christopher Armstrong from the Atlantic Community Charter School, the superintendent. Listen in today as we have some great things we would like to talk about.
my cross. Lord, I'll go where you lead me, yes. No favor has been lost. Your truth has made me free. I'll follow you. I'm gonna follow you. Oh, yes, I will. In spite of what I see others decide to do. It doesn't matter what others do. I'm giving up my life. I'm giving up. To make the sacrifice. I'm giving up. I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way through, yes. I'm gonna follow you. I'll follow you. In spite of what I see others decide to do. Just take me by my hand. I'm giving up my life. Willing to make the sacrifice. I'm going all the way through. I'm going all the way. I'll follow you. I'll follow you. I'll follow you. Wherever you want me to go, I will. I'll follow you. Wherever you want me to go, just lead me, Lord. Oh, Lord, now lead me, yes. I'll follow. Wherever you lead me, Lord, yes, I will. I'll follow you. I'll follow you. Yes, I will. I'll go. Oh, yes, I'll go. Oh, yes, I'll do.
All right, all right, all right. We are here at WEHA. We have gospel. We are Christ-centered, community-focused. We are a listener-supported radio station, 501c3 supported. So we need all of your donations to come in so that we can stay alive, thrive, and move with your community, what's going on in your world, and also how we can help you as a community to build each other in this type of economy that we are in. I have a great person here with me on today, but before I go forth with that, I want to read to you our announcements of what's getting ready to happen in our community. I want to give it to you now, what's happening in our community. The 23rd annual, the Patricia E. Moore Soul Food Gospel Fest. Soul Food Gospel Fest. And this is all being sponsored by the New Mount Calvary Baptist Church, UGS Ministry presents. And this is Patricia E. Moore. None other than featuring gospel duel Duncan and Rachel. And we have New Mount Calvary Tribute Male Chorus, the Daryl Robertson Trio, the United Gospel Singers, all going to be held on September the 13th. That is next Saturday. Get your tickets. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, shame on you. You need to get your tickets. It's going to be held at 6 p.m. The doors open at 5 p.m. It is going to be at the Winsand Center. That is none other than Mount Zion Baptist Church, 353 South New Road, Pleasantville, New Jersey. Oh my goodness. I got to tell you who they are honoring. None other than my padre, Pastor John Martin, with the William Moore Sr. Unsung Hero Award. And if you know him, he is my co-host here on this radio station. He is a Princeton graduate, and I absolutely love him. He has so much wisdom and so much encouragement to give to us. So, how much of the tickets are you asking me? I heard you. I know you asked me that. It's $50 per person, $45 if you paid by July 31st. So that is over with, okay? And $55 at the door. $20 for children 12 and under. Ticket location is right here at WEHA 1425 North Main Street, Pleasantville, New Jersey, or the Mount Calvary Baptist Church. And listen, enjoy a slamming soul food buffet. Come feed your body and your So this event is always epic. It's always great. So much people come from all across the world to be a part of this soul food gospel. I'm going to be eating me some soul food gospel, and I am going to be screaming high and loud because Pastor John Martin is being recognized for the William Moore Sr. Unsung Hero Award. Okay. And so here's another announcement. You can go to www.wehavegospel and go ahead and put in that donation. For these segments that you hear in the community, the NAACP, Miss Thelma Witherspoon in the community, Lady Parrish, and other ones that are coming forth to give you knowledge of where you can go to get different things in your community so that you can survive and thrive. Okay. Now today, what am I going to be talking about? I'm going to be talking about for at least a half an hour with my superintendent of school, the master man. I absolutely love Mr. Christopher Armstrong. There's not really too much that he says no to, as long as it is for humanity and for the thriving of our children, to make sure our children are safe, to make sure they have the excellent educational experience that they can have and fun and enjoy their atmosphere. We do understand as educators that we are having children from all different walks of life coming to one building, and we have to be prepared, not only physically but mentally have to be prepared in order to successfully educate the best system of education possible. And so Mr. Armstrong, we had you here on last year, and we had so many people call in to say, oh, I really like that guy. He gave some informational sight to education. And so where I want to start at first is give me your title, the school you are at, and then we'll go into our segment.
So I have a bunch of titles. I am superintendent, chief school administrator, lead principal is my official title. And I'm an Atlantic Community Charter. This is rolling into year 33 of public education, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. We have a great staff and great students there at Atlantic Community Charter, so it's a great place to be.
Yes, it is a great place to be. And one of the reasons why it's a great place to be is because I'm there.
That's very true. Very true.
I have to crack myself up all the time. And so with that being said, education, the phase of the world is changing. The phase of the world is changing, as well as in education. There are some things that are being subtracted out of what the foundation was for the last couple of years, and it has been for a while. Where do you see us going in education, not just as a charter school, but as the world, the community, or wherever we are established at?
Well, I would say the world obviously is always changing, and education has to change to keep up with the world. So, as always, we're a few years behind, but, AI is taking off, so we're going to start to talk about that and how do we implement it and have policies and procedures to manage that, use it successfully, but also, teach our students to do some of the things that maybe the computer can do for them now, and make sure we manage that correctly. And then also we're rooted in the fundamentals of education, some of these timeless skills like reading, writing, doing math, learning your history, learning that there's people who disagree about history, understanding science, understanding that there's a spread of fake science, pseudoscience out there. So understanding the difference between reliable sources and made-up sources. So information has expanded, our access to information has become easier, and with that, sometimes we have bad information. So we're teaching our students about all that. And then also we're meeting every student where they are. We stress the social emotional well-being of our students. We expect students to be part of a culture for caring, forgiveness, understanding how to do things the right way, how to do things the ACCS way, because it's important that everyone comes in as individuals and treats each other kindly and allows people to work hard and be focused on their education.
So it is the beginning of the first of the school year for 2025-2026. And I know as a parent, like I had to drop my daughter off like 7:00 this morning at her high school. And it was kind of chaotic starting off my day because now I'm getting up extra early where I was relaxed and ready just to sleep a little bit more. But now my scheduling has changed. How can you encourage parents to be able to adjust their schedules and still have a sound mind?
So I think both for our students and for our parents, your schedules have changed. We're there Monday through Friday on most weeks, so your sleep schedule, especially Sunday through Thursday night, should be a routine. We encourage our students to limit their screen time, especially right before they go to bed. Not using your cell phone while you're laying down in bed, because we know students will go to bed at a decent hour, but then they'll scroll through their cell phones for the next hour or two. So the idea of being awake in the morning and being prepared and coming in and doing things to the best of your ability, that's what we're looking for every day. And that requires parents to get their children to school on time or to the bus stop on time. It's just about getting in a routine and follow through with that routine every day, and then encouraging your children to be part of that routine.
And so me as the parent liaison at the school, I want to also encourage parents to make sure that after your children have had their day of school, and if you've gotten them already into their routine, starting their routine with homework and eating and getting them ready for bed, you take your valued time so that when you wake up the next morning, you will be as plushed as you can, because it's very important that as parents we meet our children with great expectations, but it starts with us. Do you agree with that?
I agree. If education is important to the parents, it will be important to their children. So we stress that you get into that routine. Some of our kids are participating in sports after school, so everybody's routine's a little different. Other community activities. Some of our students are involved in their church. We encourage you to fit all that in, do as much as you can, but as a parent, stress the importance of education. Read to your students as much as your children as much as possible, especially the young ones. If they can come in learning filled with the love of reading, it's great for them. So, like I said, if education is important to the parents, it'll be important to the children.
So, as a parent, how can I assist my child who is going into kindergarten and maybe had pre-K 3 or maybe not had pre-K, and now they're starting this whole new place of schooling, and first of all, I'm nervous to release my children into someone else's hands, but then my children are screaming, "Mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy," and then how can I relax myself to know that they are in a good atmosphere and that they're going to get all they can?
So we have a great atmosphere at the school. Our teachers are experienced, and our kindergarten kids do come in. Some of them are a little nervous, some come in crying, but I can assure you that most of them, 99.9%, by the time the parents have pulled out of the parking lot, they have settled in and stopped crying.
Yeah.
Just encourage your students to do the best they can. They're a little nervous, they're scared, and I know as parents, you're in a similar boat as I am. Our children are our biological children. I say that because we have all these children
Yes.
at school, But, our children at home, or if they're not at home anymore, they're a little older. It was a while ago. But, yeah, they were scared. They were nervous. They had anxiety. And that's normal for parents to feel those same emotions. But I just want you to know they're safe. They're secure. We do everything we can to make sure your child is in great hands. We hired great staff members. We have great staff coming back. So, yeah, children, whether they're in kindergarten or if they're in the 8th grade or everything in between, they're in good hands.
And so we're at the Atlantic Community Charter School. We have 2 classes per grade. And the success and turnaround of our educational planning has been at an all-time high. I know that a lot of our school students that have graduated last year went to one of the prestige high schools in this area, like ACIT and Charter Tech, and then their own area schools. So we set them up not for failure but for success at our school. So tell us a little bit about our education, what we give to our children, and what's the difference between charter school and public school?
So, like I said before, this is year 33 for me in public education, and we're a public charter school. So 30 of the 33 years were in a traditional public school. And really the only difference is the governance, the funding, all those things that maybe parents don't necessarily know about. But the day-to-day operations of the school are very similar to your traditional public school. But we are a small school. We have about 40 kids per grade level, and we know all those kids' names. We have teachers who have had those kids in several years. If you're a specialty area teacher, meaning math, Spanish, music, art, not math, but our specialty areas, you have those students every year. So we know who they are. We know their personalities. We know the families. So unlike some of the other local schools that may be bigger and have a bigger population, just the idea of being a small school is, it's a little different. I like to say it's a private school to public school price.
And it's more of a family atmosphere.
Definitely a family atmosphere.
Yeah, it's more of a family atmosphere where when you have the larger schools, you can lose, what's that child's name again? What's that parent's name again? And then different things can happen, and then you could get out of sort with it because you have so many. I know for me, I like our setting where we have the smaller, because it's more intimate for me. I like the intimacy. I like when I see our children in the morning, I ask them, do you want a high five or do you want a hug? And most kids give me a hug every day. And the reason why I do that is to set the tone, because most kids come from different households, or maybe their parents had to work late at night and they didn't see their parents, but somebody else had to take care of them. And emotions are with every last one of humanity. Whether we're a 5-year-old or a 13-year-old, we all experience something. So as much as we can take the edge off to make sure that they enjoy their educational process, I do it every day. I even see Mr. Armstrong holding hands and walking kids down the hallway because he's a father of his own household as well. And so I think that's a plus. I think it's a plus when you're a parent and you're an educator, because you know emotionally how to deal with children. Now, I can say some households we don't know how to deal with because we don't live in every household. But as much as we can, we try to adjust to make sure that mentally, physically, and eating, they can eat well at our school as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we understand that we have to take care of their physical needs. So, we're going to get the kids fed every morning. We're going to get the kids lunch every day. We're going to do the dental check for them over the course of the year. We will do a vision check for our children. So the idea that we will address the whole child's need is something that's important to us. We're not going to be able to stress the importance of reading and writing and math and science and social studies and the other areas if our students don't don't feel safe, if they don't feel
Right.
if they feel hungry,
Mhm.
if they don't feel cared for, if their emotional needs and their physical needs are not taken care of, then we can't expect them to come in and be part of a thriving atmosphere that stresses learning.
Mhm.
So we'll do those things for them. We're going to provide a safe, secure physical environment. We're going to provide a safe and secure emotional environment, and then if your child has some health needs, we'll take care of them.
Yeah.
With our we have a nurse on staff, and
Mhm.
like I said, we'll do some checkups along the way to help kids out and help families out. So yeah, it's a great place to be, and I think it's just the right size for a school. I think some schools they get too big and they don't know the kids, and they
Right.
they're just trying to strive for the highest achieving students, and we're small enough that we're going to address every student's individual needs, and we're going to know kids by name, we're going to know families by name, and we're going to know kids' individual needs. And if parents have unique needs, or if they have some distress in their life because of some change in the family dynamics or something happened to them, we will help and support them as well.
Yeah, I like our school also because now we have a garden. And in this garden, all summer long, we have had tomatoes, squash, cucumbers, we've had lettuce, and who's helped to build this garden was our children. And it teaches them, outside of just running to the store to go grab these things, but you can develop these things in your own backyard, and it gives them life skills. What do you got to say about that?
So last year we were able to get a climate change education grant, so we built a nice garden with some raised garden beds. We have a greenhouse. Right now it's too hot to go in the greenhouse, but as the weather cools, the greenhouse will be nice. We were pulling vegetables out of there in the late or early summer, late spring. Some of the lettuce, some of those cold weather vegetables, and then we had squash and zucchini and eggplant, and tomatoes are still growing, and our kids go out. It's just the idea of hands-on learning. Our science classes were out there yesterday looking at some of the growth that took place over the summer, and we're getting ready to plant some of the other stuff. Last year we planted garlic, was my first time ever experiencing that, so we planted that. That grows all fall and then kind of goes a little dormant in the winter, and then it hits, grows early spring, and then it kind of dies off in the middle of summer, and you pull that out. And we were able to share that with our students and staff, and our summer school students made pizza with it. So it was, they have a lot of fun. The ideas of a hands-on learning environment.
I like that. And also we have machines in our hallway.
We do. We have hydroponic walls, which are they're growing different plants. Right now, our big one has peppers and cucumbers and tomatoes in there. Our students planted them. Our 7th grade students, who are now our 8th grade students, they planted them right before they left in June, and they've been growing all summer. And cucumbers are in there, peppers are flowering, and they're gonna bloom soon, and our tomatoes are small and green, but we'll eat those soon. So it's they're able to understand a different type of the science behind the plants, a different type of learning, a different type of growing plants. So it's just something unique for our students, and they get to watch it grow. It's nice to be able to look at a textbook and read and learn from that, but having the ability to actually go see something grow is great for our students.
So also, I'm going to switch now. We have a testing system, and I believe it's called iReady, right?
We do.
And what is iReady?
So we have 2 different parts of the iReady or the Ready system. So our math program is the Ready Math program. That's what we use on a daily basis. And then our students have a self-guided, individualized learning path. So that's a computerized program, and that adjusts to the student's level. So if the students get a lot of questions, equations right, then they'll get more difficult ones, and if they get them wrong, it'll give them some easy ones. So that adjusts to that. Then 3 times a year we do a diagnostic, meaning a test, to to see where the kids are and see what their levels are, and we learn more about what they know and what they don't know, and then we can use that data to differentiate our instruction. So what I mean by differentiation is we have little small groups of people that come back to our usually the kidney table. The teacher talks to those students about what they know, what they were able to get in the assignment, so they're able to get that information right from that report. So that's how we use it on the math side. And then on the language arts side, we do something similar, but we don't use the whole Ready program. We have a different program for our students on a daily basis, but they do get that assessment 3 times a year in reading, and they same thing. It gives us information about their knowledge, their reading levels, and we can adjust our instruction based on that.
And so I just love everything that you have just said. As a superintendent of school, where do you see our educational systems going?
So over my years in education, I think technology came in, and it first came in as a presentation tool. We were using it like the smart board. We were just using it as a better, more glorified blackboard. But now the technology has adjusted. So now education is individualized for students. So if students are able to do really well and outperform their classmates, we don't hold them back. We don't say, well, like, okay, today's lesson's on adding fractions. I know you already know how to do this, but we have to do it because the rest of the class doesn't know. Now, if we are aware of the things you can do, you can go on your individual learning path and you can do that. Now, our instruction, we also have traditional instruction as well, the whole group instruction, the teacher presenting some of the things that a lot of our public may think of when they think of school. But we also have those individualized learning path, the differentiated instruction where the teachers are meeting with the students in small group. So I think, technology has really played a part in that. And I think education has gone from a teaching to the middle of the group as a whole class, and I'm not going to be able to address our students who are struggling, and I'm not going to be able to accelerate our higher learners, to a more individualized activity. So we're doing it in small groups, we're doing it in individual learning paths. So it's changed over the years, and it will continue to change.
With AI, oh my goodness, I was looking at something on a TV show, but it was dealing with AI, how now it can you could put your answers in it, answer for you, and I think kind of way we are losing our self existence, because now all of this computerized way that you can just speak into something and it will just fluently act as if it's you. How can we correct our children to develop good habits with this computerized system that's happening?
So I think that's a great question. I think schools are struggling with that, and when I say struggling, I don't mean in a bad way. I mean we're experiencing what students are doing, and we're trying to develop our own policies. So we're going to get more into that this year. We don't want to set up an educational environment where the teacher uses AI to create some sort of assessment or test or a presentation. Students feed it back to them, some AI digested information back, and then teacher grades it with AI. It has to be a personalized way to do that. So there's some ways around it. We go back to having the students write the paper right in front of you, use paper and pencil, but also we want to stay up with technology. So we are thinking about ways to incorporate that. There's obviously some value to AI. It can streamline and make us more efficient in some of the things we do, but at the same time, it doesn't substitute for some of the things that we've done in the past, like learning to write an effective essay or an effective argument, or developing something that is critical thinking. AI can give you some suggestions, but if you don't know if that's valid or if it's, critical information, or you want something, an opinion, you want to be able to form your own opinion about something, and AI is just going to generate whatever is in their model. So, our idea is, the people who are going to be successful in life moving forward are those people that can think critically, the people who can be creative, the people who can use the technology, whether it's AI or the next generation of technology, in a creative way, or develop platforms to support that technology that aren't invented yet. So, we're always educating our students for a world that doesn't exist yet. So it's just those ideas of, some of the rooted in some of the fundamentals of reading, writing, arithmetic, understanding your history, understanding science, getting a broad, eclectic view of the world. They're all important things, and we stress them every day.
So I know we got to go because we have to go back to our school, but at the same token, homeschooling. I just got a phone call today when at the end of the school year, I had a parent to say, well, I'm going to take him out of the school. And I had already had all of the kindergarten paperwork. And then this morning, I guess she realized that homeschooling is not easy. And so she called me like frantic, like, I got to get him back in school, and I got to get my kindergartner back in school. So what's the difference in homeschooling and regular schooling?
So I want to first say, I want to respect everybody's rights and everybody's feelings and their right to educate their own child at home the way that they see fit. But it is very hard.
Yes.
I'm certainly not an expert in all subject matters, and very few people are. And also, you don't have a gymnasium at home. You don't have all the art supplies. You don't have, like we were talking about, garden or a hydroponic wall. You don't have those things at home. So it's very difficult, and I respect people who can do it. But for the most people, it's a lot, and you're not going to get the similar experience. Plus, it's important for students to learn how to socialize and get along with one another. And they learn how to do that by being in a building. So I don't want to sound like I'm disrespecting anybody's value or belief system in homeschooling, but I just want you to, if you do it, I wish you luck. It's very hard. And then also, you don't necessarily get the support from your local schools. You don't get materials. You don't get supplies. You don't get access to any information that's not public information. So you can go on and look at a curriculum, but then you have to implement that yourself. So in our building, like I said, we're talking about all the things we're doing. We're, for all intents and purposes, we are a traditional public school other than how we are funded and where we draw students from.
So I have a parent that just came on. She said it's amazing. She homeschools her kids. And she said it's amazing if you don't also have to work. But when you have a work schedule, homeschooling can be really, really chaotic. If you, first of all, a parent is not going to get no rest because you have to do everything. Lunch, you have to do the gym, take them out, wherever it is. And she also said there are support groups, but this is very much well needed communication to let people know the difference and what is available for their children in education. I know that many parents, they get frustrated with teachers, administrators, or the school system because it does not go in their pattern of what they think it should go. And it is a structured foundation that has to be a successful foundation to execute the best education possible for everybody, the teacher, because if our teachers are not sound, then we can't give a sound education, right? Am I right?
Yeah, and one thing I will say, just like in most things in life, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. So I have a lot of respect with the Pleasantville School District or the Atlantic City School District, Egg Harbor Township School District, Galloway School District, other places where we're drawing our students from. They're doing great things, but, for some people, our setting is the right setting.
Yeah.
It's not that we're better than the Atlantic City School District. We're just different.
Yeah.
We're smaller. We have a different location. Like I said, anything in life, whatever you fancy, whatever you do, there's no one size fits all. Some people like vanilla, some people like chocolate,
Yeah.
and they're both fine.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to do things better necessarily than Pleasantville or Atlantic City, but we're just doing it differently, and for some people that's the right fit.
It is. I totally agree with that. And I have friends at every educational institute in this area and abroad. And I always say, I like the comfort of family. I love family. I love that family atmosphere. I love all of that. The comfort of making friends from kindergarten to 8th grade and still having those same friends. And I like the parents coming in. We're doing more and more communication with parents and having them come in and be a part of their children's education. Where at one time when COVID was, we had to cut all of that out. And we still have our hands at the door because we still have to be safe and protect our schools. Now, here's the last thing I would like to talk about. Safety in schools. For the last couple of weeks, we've seen highs in the schools not being safe. We've seen some tragic situations in schoolings and different things like that, which is heartbreaking and heart-wrenching. And it is our job to always protect our children. But how do we protect our children even in situations? What do we tell our children if something like that happens?
So what I always like to say is we try to harden the outside of the building and soften the inside of the building. So in other words, we want to make sure that we have a physical setting where people from the outside can't enter. If a parent or somebody comes to the building, they will come into a little lobby, and they can't get any further until they're checked in and somebody comes to meet that person. And our doors are locked throughout the day like most schools, but also we have to understand, we talk to our students, we talk to them today. If you see something that's not right, or somebody in the group is not treating someone fairly or treating them nice, or being disrespectful or making fun of them for something that's different, a disability, or the way they look, or the way their clothes are cleaned, we want to know about it so we can address it. So the outside of our building is on most days is, you can't get in. Some days are structured, so we welcome parents in. So it's a safe, secure environment as you enter the building, but also the students in the building understand the way in which, because sometimes the threat comes from within the building. Mm-hmm. So our students know, I'm going to be an upstander, not a bystander. I'm going to say something if things don't feel right, and also on a daily basis, I'm going to respect others, and I'm going to demand respect, so that we all treat each other safe and in a manner which you feel comfortable being there. And as far as what's going on in the world is, I wish I could help. Right now, I'm focused on the 350 approximately kids in that building, right, and keeping them safe. And, as a country, we need to do better, and we need to solve this problem, whatever it is. I don't know what the solution is. If it's probably multi-tiered solutions. But right now we're focused on the kids at Atlantic Community Charter and keeping them safe on a daily basis. And I think we do a pretty good job of that.
And I do think we do. And we want to send encouragement out to the other school districts and stuff that have been hit with tragedy and loss of students. We feel it every day when we see something happens to a student or they've lost their life and different things like that. So we send our prayers out to those districts. And so you have heard from none other than Mr. Armstrong. Is there something else that you would like to implement within this segment today?
So just for our parents who are listening, just a reminder, we have back to school night coming up on September 23rd at 6 o'clock. I know we're going to have a group barbecuing there, so we want to welcome everybody, all the parents, to that day and come in and meet your children's teachers. And let's make it a great day.
And we're also going to have different associations that will be there on that night to assist parents, because we recognize, even though we are a school, we recognize the troubles of the world. We know that some parents, maybe you have lost your homes, you have lost your jobs, and we've lost things. So those are the type of things that we try to assist parents with, to be able to have them to sign up for different things if they are in need of help. And so we are the help school at times. So I love it. And thank you so much, Mr. Armstrong. I know that you are a man with many hats and you have many children under your belt. And so I know that you have to get back to our school. And so we want to thank you for this segment. And for all of you that are listening in, you're listening into I Just Need a Prayer. And also, this is the segment for education. And Mr. Armstrong will be coming back again throughout the year. I didn't tell him he was. I just commanded that he would come back out through the year, because I think it's encouraging for parents and for grandparents, because we do know not all parents are parenting their children, and grandparents had to step up to the next level. Even though their children have already been out of the house, now they find themselves being parents all over again. And so we want to be able to help at every level. And so if you ever think about a school, think about the Atlantic Community Charter School right here in Galloway, New Jersey. And until we meet again, I want you to stay on as we let Mr. Armstrong go to get back to his busy schedule. Thank you, Mr. Armstrong.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I will definitely be back.
Do you have an event coming up and need a facility? Well, let me tell you about Atlantic County's newest banquet facility, Beacon Hall, located in the heart of Egg Harbor City, right off the White Horse Pike. Beacon Hall is a full-service banquet facility that is 5,000 square feet with an attached parking lot. Book your conferences, book signings, birthday parties, bridal showers, baby showers, weddings, repasts. No event is too big or too small. You can book your next event by calling us at 609-965-4255 or email us at bookbeaconhall@gmail.com. That's BOOKBEACONHALL @gmail.com. Try Beacon Hall, where we turn moments into cherished memories.
Tune in to For the Lord is Kind radio show with John Howard Jr. every Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. right here on Gospel 88.7 and 100.3 FM WEHA. We have gospel.
Hey everybody, this is John Howard Jr. Be sure to join me every Wednesday on our show For the Lord is Kind right here on WEHA 88.7 and 100.3 FM.
It's not over. If you got air to breathe, it's not over. Don't believe everything you see. You're a fighter. Weapons from somewhere higher. They light up when you're closer. If God said it's not over, get up, 'cause it's not over. Get up, 'cause it's not over. It's not over. Please tell that to this weight up on my shoulder. If joy comes in the morning, how much longer? Do I knock on heaven's door? 'Cause it won't open. Can't breathe, too broken to believe. See, I know that you've been here before, but if you look closer, the thing that didn't kill you made you stronger. That's why it's not over. It's not
running, but you don't know where you headed. The prize is never greater than the lesson. The cross you carried really was your blessing. So breathe, can't fight what you can't see. Come on. See, I know that you've been here before, but look, see, you made it. All the nights you hated, they just made you stronger. That's why it's not over. There was a time I thought my chance was gone. Yes. When the rain stopped, I knew I'd make it home. I feel better. Hello, it's not over. When the bags are packed and it's looking like the end. It's not over.
I hope you hear that. Hello, it's not over. It's not over. It's not over. Come on.
Each storm, new life begins. See, your job and that money is just a resource.
This is Kirk Franklin. Over. He's telling us it's not over. Don't believe everything you see. Don't believe everything you hear. And so we want to tell you today that it's not over. No matter what you see, no matter what you're going through, if you still have life in your body, if the blood is still running warm in your vein, if you still have the activities of your limbs, you might have a little ache and pain, a little sniffle. I need to tell you, it's not over. It's not over. I don't care what you faced yesterday. I don't care what you heard just a few seconds ago. There is still room for improvement, and you can still thrive. You can still go. You can still make it. Make it beyond your pain, your pressure, and whatever you say. So can I give you hope today? Can I share some prayer with you today just to encourage some of our parents, the educational system, those that today was your first day going back to school, whatever it is. So Father, today, first of all, we want to say thank you that you have brought us this far by faith. We're leaning and depending on you. We recognize that we come this far by faith, and we can't make it without you. And so I want to thank you for the established way of you creating ways and pushing obstacles out of the way so that we can adjourn on to our next assignment. I pray for every school system. I pray for everyone that is listening in. I pray for those that will listen in later. I pray that every household is safe, that you would hold back the hands of the enemy, that you would bring safety, encouragement, bless that atmosphere in the name of Jesus. God, I pray for families that are hurting right now, that you would send a comforter, that you would send help, that you would make an avenue, that you would open up a door for those parents, for those children. I pray, Father, for this educational system that is being displayed even now, that our children will not fail, our children will exceed, succeed, they will go far in life. I pray now that they will go beyond what they could even imagine that has been put on a piece of paper. Our children shall have no excuses. They shall soar on this school year. Our teachers will teach. They shall soar on this school year. I pray in the name of Jesus that you would sound the alarm, put safety nets around our school districts, around our children. Keep the hands of the molester, the murderers, those that are trying to come in and take out the life and to expound our children into ways of defeat. We denounce it in the the name of Jesus. I want to encourage every parent that you can move, you can thrive, you can live, and you can be in the abundance of God. I pray now, Father, that every household will have what it's needed in the name of Jesus in order to be successful, in order to have the food that they need, the hot water, the cold water, the gas, the electric. God, make a way out of no way. Give us what is needed in order for us to be in the greatness of you, God. And for those that are being challenged right now, that possibly, Lord, that they don't have the monies that they need, they don't have what is needed in order for them to be as what they consider to be successful. I want to tell them it's not over. Grab hold to your faith and believe that God will make a way out of no way. He is a way maker. He is a promise keeper. He is our God. That is who he is. So Lord, I want to say thank you, for today is a new day and tomorrow will start a new day. But Father, before tomorrow even becomes, I thank you for a miracle being established even now. Hallelujah. That you're establishing a miracle, that you're making a way, that you're cutting off what needs to be cut off, and you're producing what needs to be produced for every humanity, for the walks of life that is needed, and for those that go against what you have promised, the assignment of our life. We get them away, we come them away, we establish our footings with you, knowing that with you all things are possible. And so we give you praise, we give you glory. We ask now that you would bless this radio station for allowing us to come in to do these segments. I ask that you would bless the owners, bless those that give to this radio station at WEHA. We have gospel 88.7 FM and 100.3 FM. Bless the DJs, bless those that come in periodically, the NAACP, the community work, the DJs, God. Allow them, give us strength to keep going so that we can make an impact. I pray for impact over this radio station. I pray for impact in finances. I pray for impact in what we're doing, and that you would have your way. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen. If you would like to donate to WEHA. We have gospel. And none other than your very own Elder Laniel. I'll see you again on next Thursday. Until we meet, may his peace be with you and also with you. God be with you.
Hi, this is Timok, a.k.a. Bruce Leroy, here at Gospel 88.7 FM, WEHA.
So many pressures in life, and so many reasons to throw in the towel. But when I feel like I'm losing this fight, consolation from heaven comes clearly to me to remind me, to remind